So, like many heritage attractions and museums, we had to close down in March when we went into lockdown, but we aimed to get open as soon as possible, and like others, we prepared through lockdown, and we were one of the first museums to reopen on the 4th of July. Unfortunately, when we reopened, visitor numbers were well below that which we'd previously experienced. We're about 50% now of last year's numbers, which has resulted in about a £2 million gap in our funding this year. It came about because we put out our notice that we were making people redundant, and a couple of weeks later received a phone call from Facebook who said many of their engineers had seen this story and couldn't possibly allow this to happen. They see Bletchley Park as an inspirational place, a place that inspired their careers and continues to inspire them today, and wanted to do something to help us get through the crisis.
Break the code. Read the message. Save. Leave it. Military leaders, break the code. Read the message. Save the target.
Winter Pico was there, and when I went, well, I don't need that. I'll take my trainers.
When you did your media round on the first stuff with Angie, with the COVID.
In many ways, it wouldn't be an overstatement to say that Facebook and companies like ours simply wouldn't exist without the pioneering work that took place at Bletchley Park. And I think people are often familiar, or increasingly familiar, with the role that the team here played during World War II, but perhaps people don't know that this is literally the spiritual home of modern computing. So we definitely felt that we had a debt of gratitude, when Bletchley Park and the team were finding, as many organisations are themselves, in some difficulty in COVID. There's a gratitude that we really feel towards Bletchley Park and the team that created the incredible foundations of modern computing. Now, absolutely, we take those wider responsibilities really, really seriously, investing heavily in billions in technology and tens of thousands of people on this area. But today, it was a moment to acknowledge the past, but also how those moments in the past are really impacting into our present and our future.
So long. I know. You have to get back.
The watch hadn't managed to work out the whole of this message.
The story gets more relevant year by year rather than less relevant. When I was a child and I read books about codes because I was a nerd, the only people interested in codes were, governments and the military. Nowadays, we all have a cipher machine in our pocket, which is our mobile phone. And so the security of codes and ciphers is fundamental to how we go to the supermarket, how we do our banking, how we book a taxi. And so the story of Bletchley is ever more important in that sense and ever more relevant and has more and more things to teach us as time goes on.